Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about two of the most dangerous backrooms levels that exist. My last video on the channel was about two safe backrooms levels, so I thought I'd switch it up a little bit and talk about some scary ones again. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Now, when you think of dangerous levels, you probably think of the Shady Gray, or level 666, or level 8, or something like that. But I've already covered those levels in their own videos, so I won't do them here. This time I'm going to be going over two levels that I have not covered, and the first one is level 611, aka the Maze, the Creatures, and the Monster. Yes, that's actually the name. Level 611 is its own classification called Class Hunting Grounds, which means a hostile entity oversees it always, and you're constantly in imminent danger. Fun, right? The level is made up of a thick network of rundown hallways that look like different kinds of architectures. For example, one could be a sewer system hallway and one could be like a hospital, mental asylum hallway. All of the halls are different except in a couple ways, but one of those ways is that they all have an insane amount of gory waste that's scattered all over the surfaces. Yes, you heard that right. Intestines, bodily fluids, and other excrement is literally all over the walls and the floors and ceilings. There's also a slick membrane coating all over everything that the level seems to produce itself, like it's a living thing, so weird. The halls have pipes that jut out from the walls and the ceilings, and they kind of can cut off paths sometimes, which makes this level pretty unexplorable. The floors of every tunnel are all different types of tiles that have been broken or caved in. This is actually one of the most dangerous parts of the level, since you're just as likely to get hurt by the floor as you are by the entity I'm about to tell you about. So this level is actually confirmed to be Euclidean, which means it does obey the natural physics and geometry of our world, but there are still some really weird things and turns and curves that happen in the halls that don't make any sense really, like sharp right angle tunnels or paths that just go straight up in the air. It's weird, funky stuff. I don't know. The lights in this level can range from candles to fluorescent lights, and depending on where you are in the level, the light can be really bright or it can be pitch black. Every once in a while, you'll run across a random room on this level as well. These are very rare to find, but if you do run across one, you'll notice rotting wood furniture inside of them, and sometimes there'll even be fresh fruits on the furniture. What? No one knows how or why the fruits are there. They're just there. But random fruit does not compare to the scariest part of this level, which is the entity that lives here called the Sential, or Entity 611-1. The second a wanderer enters this level, the Sential entity starts tracking them. No matter how close or far away they are, it'll find you. And when it reaches you, you'll be attacked by a huge blade that's hooked together by chains. Now, the following, what I'm about to say, are some of the observations that have been made about this entity. It can run at inhuman speeds, so really fast, and can lift and throw practically any object. It's got insane strength. It's survived fire salt attacks, and it can hear a wanderer from miles away. So yeah, this thing pretty much cannot be stopped. The physical description of the Sential seems to change from person to person, but the overwhelming kinda description is pretty much the same. So far, it's that it's a human figure that stands at about 8 feet 2 inches tall, or about 2.5 meters, with dirty, cracking brown skin, with wound-type markings all over it. Its face, arms, and legs all have what seem to be metal armor on them, so those parts of the body can't be really seen well, but from what people can see, you get the description I just said. Some people think that the armor is actually hurting the entity, like it was put on there by somebody else by force, since it kind of looks like it's shoved into the entity's skin, but that's not confirmed. This entity also appears in a text from the Lost Colony, which has supposedly existed in the backrooms for a long time, and that text talks about how dangerous the Sential is, so evidently they've known about this thing for a long time, and they've also known to avoid this level at all costs because of it. As far as bases and outposts go, well, there aren't any, obviously, and you can enter this level from any indoor industrial building that's kind of dilapidated or falling apart on any other level, and all you have to do is walk through a door inside of one of those places, and you'll be sent here. You can exit through randomly appearing areas that seem to have like a no-clipping energy to them. Now these will appear and you'll be able to see them because like the air behaves differently, so when you do see one, you need to use it because there's no telling when another one will happen. and you don't want to be stuck here with a giant humanoid with a blade chain thing chasing you. Trust me. So the second dangerous level I'm going to be talking about today is level 171, aka the Grand Illusion level. This level is actually found in the Meg classified database, and itself it's classified as a class 5 rating. I just say class like 80 times. At first, when you get to the level, it looks like a 1930s style atrium where slow jazz is playing and there's like a nice fragrance in the air. And then this is all well and good until the wanderer starts to walk further and further into the level. It all disappears. The chill jazz area behind you will eventually fade away, and that nice smell you smelled in the air will disappear, and it'll start to smell rotten. This smell is described as the smell of mothballs and rot, so a very strong chemically smell. The calm lights you saw earlier will turn into what's known as signal lights, which I'll talk about in a second, and something called the blight will appear when those lights go off. The blight is apparently an entity swarm full of hostile entities that attack as soon as the wanderer is seen. There are a bunch of different entities that make up a blight, but none are listed on the Wikidot, so I don't know. The common theory is that the blight and the signal lights have some sort of symbiotic relationship, because the lights will flicker on and off at a 5-minute interval, so they'll be on for 5 minutes and off for 5 minutes. When they're on, the atrium and the jazz scene is what you see. You smell that nice smell, and you're just chilling. That's when the lights are on. But when the lights go off, that illusion falls apart, and the level turns into complete darkness. That good smell turns into a horrible one, and the music becomes slow and distorted. This is when the blight seems to be visible to the wanderer, because when the lights are on, you can't see these blight hordes, but when they're off, you can. So pretty much, it's just a big game of red light, green light, if you know what that is. When the light's red, you stop. When the light's green, you go. But in this instance, when the signal lights are on, you're fine. You're just in that chill jazz area. But when they turn off is when the entity swarm starts. So this is a summary of a memo that Meg has on the website about this level, because I can't be bothered to read the whole thing on here. I'm just going to summarize it. Pretty much, this level is dangerous because of its non-Euclidean properties, so all the information on it is being removed for safety reasons. If you want to get here for some reason, you can get there by getting lost on level 5 in a really far out wing. However, the level has apparently been removed from level 5 due to an unknown catastrophe. Nice. So if you get to this level, try to get out before it turns dark. You got 5 minutes, because when you get to the level, it's light, but after 5 minutes, it's going to be dark. So that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed these 3 levels. A big thank you to my patrons for supporting me, as well as the channel members. Y'all are awesome. I love you. And thank you all to everyone watching and supporting me. The channel is literally blowing up. I'm just incredibly grateful for all you do for me. Thank you so much. As far as announcements go, the Broogli SMP is launching in 4 days on the 20th, and I'll make a video explaining it, how it's going to work, the rules, that kind of stuff, over on Broogli, so be ready for that video to come out. And for Broogli, we're either at or almost at 60k, I don't know, I'm recording this in a couple days advance. I cannot fathom that. It's crazy. We just hit 50k literally a week, not even a week ago, and we're already at 60k. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you later.